What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. This is going to be a special video. I don't know how long it's going to be, but I'm sure you guys will like it. It is a bit about my background and my medical condition that most of you already know about if you follow me on TikTok. And I will be putting my TikTok down below for you guys. So let's get started. So as most of you guys know, I was born in Portugal in 1994. I was born with Spina Bifida and hydrocephalus. Before I start this video, I would like to give a shout out to a very special little girl. So her name is Grace. I will be putting her information in the description below. Grace is a 6-year-old little girl that has Spina Bifida, and they are trying to raise money to build a ramp for her wheelchair. So if you guys could check her out, I'll put the link down below, her PayPal, her everything, for you guys to donate if you guys could. Just $1 could make a difference, right? So we are trying to raise money to make a ramp for her house, so she could go into her house without being carried by her parents. And that's what we're trying to do. So if you guys could check the description, that'd be great. I'd appreciate it. So what is Spina Bifida? So without getting too technical with medical terms and everything, Spina Bifida is a defect in your spinal cord, and it happens in the first few months of pregnancy. So once you're still, or the baby is still in the mother's stomach. Now a bit more about my story. Before we get started, I would like to say something. This video is for educational purposes. It is to bring awareness about Spina Bifida and hydrocephalus. I'm not making this video at all in any way to make anyone feel bad about my outcome of Spina Bifida and hydrocephalus. I'm not trying to make anyone feel like I'm trying to rub it in or whatever. It's really just to give my story and to bring awareness to a condition that I have and some millions of people in the world have, right? So that's all I wanted to say before we get started. At a very young age, I remember we were going to appointments after appointments after appointments. Like, there was appointments every day almost. And doctors had told us that I would never walk, I would never be potty trained, I would never finish school, I would never have kids, and that's not really the outcome that came out of it. So I'm the kind of person that when you tell me you can't do something, I will do it just to prove you're wrong. And that's been like that since I was little. And like, one thing that really gets to my nerves is when someone says you can't do it. That gives me motivation to do it. So we were told that I would never leave diapers, I would never have kids, I would never finish school, I would never walk, right? So at a very young age, that started going into my mind, and me telling myself, yeah, right, I'm gonna do it. Obviously that didn't start too early, because at 2-3 years old you don't really think about that, but as time passes you're hearing it every day and you're like, you know what, no. So I had two amazing parents, my mom and my dad, that never gave up on me, and I wanted to say thank you as well for that. I remember my mom and my dad would stand in a hallway that we had at our house in Portugal, and they would stand at a short distance from each other, hold my hands, and try to get me to walk, and from one to another, bounce back and forth, and eventually I started doing it by myself. I remember my mom saying that I didn't feel comfortable walking unless I was holding on to them. So eventually my parents gave me something, I don't remember what it was, I think it was a string, if I'm not mistaken, and I would hold the string like this on my two hands, but I felt like, I guess in my head I felt like I was safe, so that's how I started walking back and forth with a string in my hand, if I'm not mistaken. And I started going from one to another. Another thing that really helped is a little Jeep thing I had that I loved. I would bring that Jeep everywhere like it was my best friend, and that's one of the ways that I started walking. So this is the little Jeep that I used to hold on to walk. Now the potty training. Potty training took some time. I think I was fully potty trained by almost 5 years old. I might be mistaken on the age. I think it was 5 years old. It was either 4.5, around there. So, and the way my parents did it, once again, there's tricks to everything. My mom would make me, so if I do a number 1, you get 1 gummy bear. We used the little gummy bears. I'm sure you guys know what it is. And if you do a number 2, you get 2 gummy bears. So it got to the point where I didn't really know how to say, Mommy, I need to pee. So I would say, Mommy, gummy bear, and we'd run to the bathroom, right? And that's how I got fully potty trained, was with the gummy bears. And at 28 years old today, I still remember that time asking my mom for gummy bears. Growing up wasn't hard, but it wasn't easy either. Like, I remember a lot of times my friends being able to play sports and stuff, and me wanting to play. Like, I'm a big fan of soccer. I love soccer, and I remember asking my parents, Mom, can I join a soccer team with my friends? And unfortunately, the doctor would not allow it because of my spina bifida, my back, and the fact that I had a shunt, all that stuff, right? So, that was kind of hard to hear. You can't play sports. One of my biggest dreams was to become a fireman. I was not able because the doctor would not sign the papers for it. So there was times, where it was hard, obviously, hearing things like that. But like I've said previously in this video, when someone tells me that I can't do something, I'm going to prove you wrong, and I'm going to do what you told me that I couldn't do. I remember eventually I did play in a soccer team. It didn't last much. I think it lasted like 2 months. Just because then we moved to Canada, and that's pretty much it. But at school I would still play sports with my friends, and it wasn't in a team, but it was still playing sports, right? I was also told I was told I would never leave diapers, which I did. I was told that I would never walk. Thankfully, to my parents, I walk. Yes, if I walk big periods of time, like like if I'm on my legs for more than 3 hours, I'm gonna start having back pain where my scar is from my surgery. And there's days where my back is so numb that I don't feel it where the surgery is. But other than that, I consider I have a normal life. I was told that I would never finish school. Many times people would say, you'll never graduate. So thanks once again to the persistence of my parents, especially my mom. My mom, it was nights and nights, at the kitchen table. You're gonna do this, you're gonna be able, and you're not gonna give up. So in 2012, I was able to graduate grade 12 with having my diploma, my full diploma of high school. Then I went into college to do something that has always been my dream, pursue IT. And once again, I was able to do it. I graduated, and once again, thanks to the persistence of my mom. It was funny because at some point my mom was asking me questions, and she was not even looking at the paper, and she already knew what the answer was. And it was funny because my mom, she doesn't really know much about electronics and computers and stuff, right? And I'm not saying this in a bad way, a lot of people don't. But the persistence of every night, every day, okay, we're gonna read this, you're gonna memorize everything. She started memorizing it, which was funny. Probably now if I ask her a couple questions, she won't even remember. Even me, like, you know, after a few years of not reading the papers, you forget. So yeah, in 2014, I believe, I graduated college with a IT degree. It was one of the happiest days of my life. Once again, proving that I could do it when so many people said that I wouldn't be able to. I went on to having jobs here and there, right? And eventually I moved halfway across the world back to Canada, where I grew up. So I'm from Portugal, but I grew up in Canada. I now have a daughter, a 3-year-old daughter. And we have a normal life, I could say. You know, I wake up in the morning, I do my coffee like everyone else, have a normal life, considering what they consider normal, right? I was also told that I would never drive. I drive. I have my driver's license. I have a car. Full normal life. Yes, I do get tired sometimes, right? Obviously, because of my condition, I do get tired, but everyone else gets tired, right? I get a bit more tired than everyone else, but it's normal. But I learned to live with it, right? I am grateful every day when I wake up that I'm not in a wheelchair, because I know most people who have hydrocephalus and spina bifida are in a wheelchair. And I'm grateful every day the fact that I wake up and I can walk, right? And that's once again thanks to my amazing parents for never giving up and pushing through and making sure that I would walk one day. What were some challenges of this whole story? So, like, I've been sitting down making this video for you guys for about what? Maybe an hour now. Obviously the video is not an hour, but because it gets cuts and stuff, you know, all the editing. But I've been sitting down for about an hour, and I'm starting to feel my back where my scar is a bit numb, just because of the way I'm sitting down, I guess. I don't know, but that's one of the things that's kind of annoying about it. Other than that, what's another challenge about all this? You know, I can do everything everyone else can. Like, I would like to go on to hikes, let's say, right? I'm an outside person. I'm a country boy, and not being able to go for long hikes. Like last year we did a hike of 3 hours in the woods, and after about an hour I needed to stop and, okay, we're gonna take a breath, you know, relax, then continue. But I get tired. I get more tired than normal people, right? So obviously there's that little challenge there. I also remember being in swimming lessons, and there was things where the teacher would try to tell us, okay, you have to do this, and I wasn't able, because I guess my back, the way my back is, there's things I can't do, right? So that's another challenge I've had in my life when it comes to doing stuff. But other than that, I'm full mobile, right? And I'm grateful for it every day. If there's one thing I would tell to a parent or someone who has just been diagnosed with spina bifida or hydrocephalus, is that just because you're getting a bad news, you're getting a diagnosis of this, it's not like a absolute bad news, you know. I'm trying to put it into my own words, describing what I mean. So just because you get a diagnosis of hydrocephalus or spina bifida in this case, doesn't mean that it's automatically you will never walk. So what I'm trying to say here is that never give up, right? That's something that I've always lived by. Never give up. As long as you're alive, you're moving, there's always that hope that you will walk one day. And that's one of the things that I live by every day. You can do it. Never give up. To all the parents out there, and to anyone who has received a diagnosis of spina bifida, yes, it's a scary time, it's a scary diagnosis and all, but never give up. There is hope. There are people out there that has happened. So just because you've been diagnosed, it doesn't mean that you'll never walk. Like, I'll use this example. It's a bit of a dumb example, but just because you get diagnosed with cancer, it doesn't mean you'll die, right? Nowadays, cancer is no longer a death sentence, let's say, because of all the evolution of medical treatments and everything. So spina bifida is the same thing. Work at it, never give up, and you might have the same outcome. So for anyone looking for more information, or would like to talk or whatever, there is more information online. If you search it up on Google, you'll find everything you'll need to know. If not, I will be posting in the description below my link tree to all my social medias. You can message me there, and I would be happy to answer any more questions. Comment down below if you have any more questions, and I will try to make videos to answer as many questions as possible if I know the answers. If I don't, I'll try to do some research about it, but I'll certainly answer any questions that anyone may have. Alright guys, so I'm gonna end the vlog right here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope I brought some light at the end of the tunnel for you guys. I hope that you learned something from this video, and if there's one thing that I want you guys to earn from this video, is that you never give up. Just because you get bad news, it does not mean anything. You have a goal, you put your head to it, and you can do it. All you have to do is believe in yourself, and having a support system really helps. I had a support system, and thankfully my outcome was good, and that's all. So don't forget to like this video if you like my content on this video. Don't forget to comment down below what you think. I love getting feedback from you guys. Subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to check the link in the description for all my social media, and I'll see you guys next time. Have an amazing day.